Hi everyone, just me mucking around with StreamYard again. Just turn that down. And I just want to say hi to Rusty, who got in before I even started the video. G'day to you too. And yeah, so all I'm doing is mucking around with StreamYard, just being a bit silly. And I'm just going to talk some crap while I bag and board these excellent comics that have just arrived. Well, they arrived yesterday. From Dave Dye's Wotsleft Comics. That's his comics business. He has signed all of these. So the first one we've got here is Amazing Tales #1. He's given me a couple of copies of that. And he signed all of them. So they'll go up in the shop later in the week. I thought I was going to do it last night, but I just don't have the time. But I should, by the end of the week, have all these comics up on the store, including Peter Wilson's Crimson and Rascal issue 2 that he sent me. That should be up by the end of the week as well. So I'll just do these issue 1s, and then I've actually read issue 1. It's a really cool comic. I love how Dave is very what's the word I'm looking for here? Hey Peter Lane, how are you? Good morning. I thought I'd go early today so that Spedsy was still asleep, so they couldn't interrupt. But he's very grounded in Australian tales is probably the word I'm looking for. It's pretty cool. Dave centers all his comics pretty much around Australia and Australians, which is really cool for an Australian indie comic. And so, yeah, the next one we've got is Amazing Tales #2, featuring Dropship 15, again, signed. So first I'll bag it, and then I'll put it a bit closer to the camera so you can actually see what I'm talking about. And so I never know where StreamYard is getting its numbers from. So I don't know if it's 2 people watching on Facebook or 2 people watching on YouTube, or if it's the combination of the 2. So here is Dave Dye's Amazing Tales 2. So that'll be going up in the store by the end of the week. And yeah, so just so anyone who's just tuned in, what I'm doing here is I'm bagging and boarding these live just for something to do. And also to promote the fact that Dave Dye's books, or Wotsleft Books, have been stocked in the ComX Shop store. So yeah, so we're up to issue 3 of Amazing Tales, and I'm just looking over there. No one's jumping in. Both at the same time. Thanks, Danny. And so yeah, this is Amazing Tales 3 from Wotsleft Comics. Good morning, Facebook user. Unfortunately, I don't know who you are because you need to register with StreamYard to put your name up when you're on Facebook. It's a Facebook security thing. You don't have to. It's totally your choice to be anonymous. So there's Amazing Tales 3 that I've just bagged and board. And I've just got a few more of them to do. I won't hold up each one. So yeah, so these are pretty cool. I'm very happy that Dave's come on board. Dave Dye's comics are awesome. His art is awesome. His storytelling is awesome. They are amazing, I guess you could say. Amazing Tales even. So, so yes. So once the store is fully stocked, I highly recommend getting on board with Dave Dye's stuff. I would also recommend picking up Peter Wilson's stuff, his Crimson and Rascal #2. Unfortunately, we don't have issue 1, but you don't need issue 1 to read issue 2. So, and issue 2 is a great read, a good laugh. It's good comedy. Oh, okay. Peter Lane's also on YouTube and Facebook. So doubling my numbers. Thank you, Peter. Okay, Rusty. Yeah, to stock indie comics, the only requirement is that they're Australian and that they will fit in a standard comic box, so I can store them safely. I'm not being prejudiced or anything to the standard comic size. It's just so I can store them safely so they don't get damaged. I don't have a lot of storage room outside these boxes, so it'll be very hard for me to store anything that's too big to fit into one of these boxes. So I'd like to be able to stock everyone's indies, but it's just I don't want their books ruined. The deal is I stock them on consignment, so I pay you once they sell. So I think, does that answer your question, Rusty? And there's no minimum requirement. You can send me just one issue if you just want to try it out, see if it sells, and then send me more from there. So there's no minimum. It would be nice if you sent like 3 or 4 or 5 to start with. Okay, cool. I'm glad it does, Rusty. Excellent. Okay, so we're up to number 4 now of Amazing Tales. This one's called Chiller. And again, these are all signed by Dave Dye, so that was very nice of him to do that before he sent them. Nice, nice. I don't know if you can, that the camera picks it up down the bottom corner there. Dave Dye. From the top of my head, Rusty, I believe that is the correct measurements. But that's just the top of my head. I could be wrong. Pretty much, if you can hold it up against a standard American comic, the current comic that's out at the moment, and it's that size or smaller, because I can store smaller in these boxes, I just can't store bigger. So if it's wider or taller, I won't be able to store it. So yeah. It's just a storage issue. I don't have anything against people who print their comics in odd sizes. I just can't store it. I can't guarantee that I can keep it safe. And I'd rather not have a comic here that I can't keep safe. But I'm happy to yeah, awesome. Excellent. Well, before you can't just send them and just go, hey, put these in the store. Contact me either in private message or email me at sales@comx.shop. That will get you an email through to me. Just tell me about the comics that you want to put in the store, how many you want to send, and we just need to agree on it before you post it. That's all. I don't want people randomly sending me stuff. And it's also so I can expect it and we know we're looking out for it, so I can stay home in case it needs to be signed for, depending how you send it, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'd be happy to chat. So that's sales@comx.shop. So you see the comx.shop on the banner at the bottom of the screen. Just put sales at in front of that. Now, this is one of my favorite comics of Dave's, although I haven't read all of them, so this could not always be the favorite. But the Anzac Legend, the Graphic History, Volume 2, this actually got him a Ledger nomination, Ledger Awards nomination, so that's pretty cool. It's the Volume 1, which is a hardcover from memory. I got that, and it is, wow, it's just amazing. We're not stocking that at the moment, but you can always pick that up over at Own Indie, which is where Dave sells his books as well. It's an awesome book. I highly recommend it. I don't know the cost off the top of my head, but it is a hardcover, so it's not like a $5 comic or anything. But it's definitely worth worth its money. It's a great. It's very. It should be in every school, in my opinion, because he did a lot of research to get it accurate. So it's a little piece of history, that one. No problem, Rusty. Not a problem. That's responding to your thank you. You appreciate my response. Yeah, Peter. Same goes with you, Peter. I know you're over with Reverie. I mean, I guess it could be up to Reverie if they want to stock with me or not. But you are welcome to also send any of your comics in as well. Just contact me and we'll agree on the amount and so forth. That's Peter Lane, by the way. Peter Wilson's already sent his comics in. Now, this one I haven't even seen before of Dave, so I'm actually looking forward to. I might be his first customer off the shop. So that's it's called Cutdown. I haven't actually seen this one, so I can't tell you what it's about. And I keep looking down because I'm doing this. I keep getting cameras over there, and yeah, too many Peters. So Cutdown. Here's the cover. I'd love to tell you what it's about, but I really don't know. He's a little man with what looks like a sculpture or something. Yeah, it looks like he's in trouble going by the spotlight and the look on his face. But that's all I can tell you. So I'll just move these so they don't fall down. And I don't know if you can see it from there, but I've got my Star Wars The Force Awakens Duna cover, which I've repurposed as a tablecloth. I'm not a massive fan of Force Awakens, but it has the Millennium Falcon on there and Chewie. I mean, what more do you need, really? Seriously, if you're a Star Wars fan, Chewie and the Millennium Falcon, I'm sold. A joint venture? Not that I know. I'm not aware of anything, Danny. Reverie and myself do cooperate, and we do talk a lot, and we do help each other out. But a joint venture, I'm not aware of. What do you mean exactly by joint venture? You mean like doing a comic together? Because we're not doing a comic together, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I didn't mind Force Awakens. I wasn't saying that I was having a go at it. I was just the first three movies, or the 4, 5, and 6, however you want to look at it. Big fan, but I grew up with him as a kid, so it's hard not to be a fan of those particular movies compared to the rest. Because yeah, I was a kid when I watched them, so you're a little bit more impressionable as a child. So these things stick in your brain, and you become a much bigger fan than you would as an adult. So they really didn't have a chance to compete in my brain with what I knew those movies to be. Because I mean, even though the effects are shocking compared to today, those movies still are so awesome to me because I grew up with them. Yes, nostalgia. It's a powerful thing. So the one I didn't even know about that Dave sent, which I'm really happy to have, is Amazing Tale Presents Code of Honor. This is an actual trade. I don't know if it's a collection of other stories into a trade or if it's just a trade in itself. I'd have to ask Dave that. It doesn't say that it collects anything else, so it looks like it's just a trade in itself. It's got a little bit of Australian slang interpreted. That's nice. Let's see if these are a bit thicker, so I don't know if these bags will handle a thicker book. I haven't gotten this brand of bags before, so I'm a little unsure of what they can. Yeah, I might have to get the regular rather than the current size bags to bag these up, so that will be on the shopping list. Yeah, it's very nice, Peter. It looks awesome. Amazing Tales Presents Code of Honor by Dave Dye. Rather than me looking at it, I should probably show it off to the camera. It's very nice, good quality book. Nice paper stock. Nice art as always, but Dave always does have nice art, and it's color. Just if anyone's cares about that sort of thing, it's not black and white. It's actually a color trade. More information will go up on the site once I have more information. I'll be sourcing as much information as I can about each book before I put it on the site. That's what's going to take most of the time, getting the cover and the basic information up on the site will be easy. It's getting all the other information so you know what the book's about. Yeah, it looks like he did, Danny. Yeah, he really put a lot of work into it. I would say that about all his books, to be honest. Dave really pours himself into them. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading comments here for anyone who's wondering why I'm yaring and yarring. Yeah, what Danny just said there, that Dave does put a lot of work into all his comics. I mean, his Anzac volume 1, his Anzac book volume 1, that is just phenomenal. The amount of research he must have put into that, because there are sketches of the map, the terrain, and all sorts. It's just wow. It's just amazing. Like his Amazing Tales. I can't think of another word. Well, that's all I was going to do was bag and board the things, talk a bit about Dave's stuff. We'll have other books coming in as they come in the post. I'll do another silly little thing like this where I bag and board and talk about them, and hopefully I'll get a good range of books by the end of the week. So by this weekend, ComX.shop will have available more than just a handful of books. At the moment, we have Presents and Presents Noir issue 1s. And well, they haven't actually physically arrived, but they're meant to arrive today or tomorrow, so they'll be put into the store once they're ready. And we now have Dave Dye's collection of books here: Amazing Tales 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got one called Cutdown, the Anzac Legends 2, and Code of Honor Trade by Dave Dye. So that's pretty cool. And we've also got Peter Wilson's Crimson and Rascal number 2. So that's pretty cool as well. We've got I think it's about half a dozen of them, half are signed, half are unsigned. I'll put it up on the store so it's very clear what you're picking. And thank you, everyone. Thanks for dropping in. Yes, Rusty, drop me an email for sure. And everyone, have a great day. I'm hoping I'll be back on later today to show off Presents and Presents Noir issue 1s. I'm hoping they arrive today, and I'll do another thing just like this. There's going to be about 300 of them, so I don't know if I'll do an entire show of bagging and boarding all of them. I think that might be a bit ridiculous, but I'll see what we do. We'll see how we go. Maybe I can talk crap for however long it takes to bag and board 300 comics. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and see you hopefully later today. See ya.